Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA. I make videos for NFL. All these videos, they get posted on this subreddit right here. It's called DF Sports with one S. You can find my post with my username Shook. Did make a video the other day, so scrolling down here to find the post, my last one. Like I said, I make updates with all the news that comes out throughout the day. You can ask me questions about the slate, anything you need. I will be here up until lock or after lock. We'll see about tomorrow since the slate locks early and it's Christmas, but you kind of get the point there. And if you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can get a hold of me on Twitter right here. All right, let's go into my lineup from yesterday. So NFL today, going to be a phenomenal day with NFL. I've just been absolutely smashing NFL. Cashed on Saturday NFL. NBA, I stone bubbled because Amani Bates just doesn't play. Look at this stone bubble. Stone bubble because Amani Bates just doesn't play. And also Trace Jackson Davis, when I finally play him, first time playing him, 17 minutes. I don't understand it. But yep, stone bubble. But we had a lot of big days in my Discord. If you are interested in joining my Discord, where I give you guys a core of 4 to play, private videos, Night Slate content, Showdown content, NFL content, anything you can think of. I'm running huge giveaways today for Christmas tomorrow. If you want to get in on that, I'm going to be me and J Rock are going to be giving away some massive stuff. So if you want to go get in that, also that'll be in my Discord as well. If you already are in my Discord, look out for that too. That'll be linked down below. But yeah, my core today or yesterday was Ish Smith. He was smashing at half. Had a letdown second half, but still did good first price. Cole Anthony got benched. He was a core play, and then Max Strus was a core play, and Craig Porter Jr. was a core play. They both nuked. My take was I wanted to wait for Levert news, and I wanted to jam the Cavs, and the Cavs absolutely smashed outside of Amani Bates because he just doesn't play. But we had a lot of big days in Discord because of the Cavs. They were under owned, so it was a good day for Discord. Was a good day for NFL for me, and then was not a good day for NBA because I stone bubbled. But unfortunate there. But going to be a great NFL day today, and hopefully we'll have a good day with NBA tomorrow. Alrighty, so 5 game slate here for Christmas. Can't wait for this one. Going to be a great day. I always love some NBA on Christmas. So Giannis Antetokounmpo, he is probable. Not a good spot going up against the Knicks, but 10.7K Giannis on Christmas. As long as the game stays competitive, which it should play 35, 36, 37 minutes. He is the clear go-to guy. Stuffs his stat sheet. You're getting him at a discount. I mean, yeah, I really like Giannis. Even if the matchup isn't great, he's just too cheap. Dame more of a contrarian player for me, and then I will mention Middleton's minutes are ticking up of late. I think he's a solid play in the mid-range. If you continue to give him 31, 32, 33 minutes, then he is a little bit too cheap. Obviously, we know he's going to shoot the ball a decent amount. I would say it probably has a lower floor than all the other guys around him. Actually, Brook Lopez has a pretty low floor, but I think Middleton's a solid play too. Brook Lopez would be your pivot in that range. I think Middleton's going to get some ownership. Brook Lopez will be your pivot in that range. A little bit of a lower floor, but he has shown to flash the ceiling. Good shot blocker, can go for a ton of blocks. I think he's a fine tournament play. I don't like the spot going up against the Knicks. I'm sure there are better center plays on this slate. Like you have Jokic, you have Embiid, you have Giannis, you have a ton of good center plays, potentially Al Horford, so not my favorite. And then Bobby Portis, I mean, he'll play low 20s minutes, good point per minute guy, does have this type of ceiling. I always have interest in him on smaller slates because we usually don't have a ton of value. And he's a guy at a cheap price point that can legit go for 40 fantasy points. You don't have too many of them on smaller slates like this, so I'm always interested in guys like Bobby Portis solely because of that reason. And he'll be in the rotation, he'll play low 20s minutes anyway. I don't think he'll kill you, and he has the opportunity to have a really, really big game. So I think Portis is an interesting tournament play. Malik Beasley, I think, is a solid value. I think he'll play around 30 minutes. It's just up to if he hits his shots or not. He's a really, really low floor when he's not hitting his shots, but if he does hit his shots, he does have a ceiling. We don't have a ton of value on this slate, so yeah, Malik Beasley does stand out as a solid value. I know it's disgusting, but yeah, I like me some Malik Beasley. Pat Connaughton, he'll see high teens minutes. He is a reasonable value, okay rebounder. Won't do much else though, but reasonable if you need the salary relief. I'm not going to play Andre Jackson. I think I'd rather just play Pat Connaughton, and then I don't think I'll play Campaign. But he'll be in the rotation as well. Fine dart if you need the punt, absolute punt. Moving on to the Knicks. So Jericho Sims is out. Mitch Robinson is going to be out for a while. Not a good spot here for Randall. I think he's an okay contrarian spin up. I think Brunson is definitely my favorite between these two. Guards have been doing very, very well against the Bucks this year. So if I had to pick one of these guys, it would be Jalen Brunson for me. But both going to stuff the stat sheet. Both are going to play huge minutes. Fine with either. Brunson definitely my favorite between the two. And then I like Isaiah Hartenstein quite a bit. With no Jericho Sims, no Mitchell Robinson, they are going to jam him into the ground. He is going to play all the minutes that he can absolutely handle. Now, is there risk going up against, Brook Lopez, Giannis for foul trouble? Absolutely. And I think Hartenstein's probably going to be a pretty popular play tomorrow at this price point, just because he is going to play all the minutes he can handle. So I really like Hartenstein. I am a little bit worried that he's going to be really popular tomorrow. I am a little bit worried about foul trouble, but I think he's a really good play at 5.8. Oops, sorry guys. I don't know if you heard that. That was sipped water wrong. Apologies for that. RJ Barrett at 5.7. I mean, he has a ceiling. I think he's a fine play. Can get benched if he's not playing well, but does have a ceiling. Interesting tournament option to me at that price point. And then you have like Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. If I had to pick one of these guys, it would be Josh Hart. His minutes seem to be a little bit more secure of late than Dante's, but both just tournament plays for me. They're kind of going with the hot hand between like Quickly, Hart, Dante. So they're all just tournament plays for me. I think Quickly is probably my favorite of this group just because he's the best point per minute guy between them and he has the highest ceiling. I would say Josh Hart has the highest floor just because he's a guy that can contribute in a lot of different ways. But yeah, man, they're going with the hot hand with these three. I think Quickly would be my favorite. I think Quickly is solid. I'm not going to play Quentin Grimes. I don't think I'll be going to Dusty Taj. Moving on to the Warriors. Draymond Green out. We have Wiggins questionable. We'll see if he is going to be playing. I think I would expect him to play here, but we'll see. We'll go over both ways if he's in or out. So if he's in, Steph more of a tournament play for me. Really tough spot going up against Denver. Clay, he's been really, really good of late. I don't like the spot going up against Denver, but a fine play. And then like Chris Paul, I think is pretty safe at 6K. I'd prefer also Wiggins out, just one less body in the rotation, but Chris Paul's pretty safe. I think he's a little bit too cheap. Kuminga would come a lot more riskier if Wiggins is in. I think I prefer Kuminga if Wiggins is out. Podziemski, I think, is very good at 5.5K. She'll play around 30 minutes. Price came down. I don't know why the price came down. I think he'll be a really popular play tomorrow, but I think it's for good reason. I think he's just way too cheap, so I really like Pods here. Trace Jackson Davis at 5.3K. I think, it's they might want to play Looney up against Jokic, so there is definitely more risk in this matchup. So more of a tournament player for me. Kevon Looney, I do like. You would think they would want him out there going up against Nikola Jokic. So I would think he'd have to at least play low 20s minutes. I don't know if they can go small against Jokic. So I think Looney's going to play a decent amount. I think he's a solid value. We'll see what the ownership is between those two. Trace more of a tournament play. I think Looney's a bit safer. Sarge, fine. I think I prefer the other bigs. And then if Wiggins is out, nothing really changes for me outside of I would like Kuminga quite a bit at 5.6K. And then, maybe the bigs would be a little bit safer like Trace. Actually, I'd prefer Wiggins out for Trace. But yeah, I like Kevon Looney as price point. All right, moving on to Denver. So you're getting a cheap Jokic here going up against the Warriors. I mean, he should just be able to feast here. You're getting discounts pretty much on all the spin-ups here, so I really like Jokic. I like Jamal Murray quite a bit. I've been saying I like Jamal Murray in pretty much every video. His minutes have been ticking up of late. Looks like he's going to keep continuing playing low 30s minutes. If he's going to keep doing that, he is too cheap. So I think Jamal's a pretty good play at 7.4. Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, I think are very, very safe plays in the mid-range. Reddy's overpriced. KCP, you guys know the drill with him. Going to play decent minutes, has his shots to reach value, a reasonable value. Him and Malik Beasley, basically the same play. Christian Bronson should see high teens minutes, reasonable. I think I'd rather get up to KCP, and I'm not going to go to anyone else. Like, if you want to go to like a Peyton Watson, that's fine. He'll be in the rotation, but I think we'll have better value. All right, really good spot for Boston. We'll keep an eye on Porzingis. So if Porzingis is in, I still have interest in this team anyway. Just it's a good spot. So like Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, White, Holiday, I think they'd all be solid options. It's a really good spot for pretty much everyone outside of Porzingis. But Tatum, Brown, White, Drew Holiday, I think would be all solid options in the mid-range. You're getting a discount pretty much on all of them except for Jaylen Brown. So would have interest in all 4 of those guys. I don't think I'd be getting to anyone else at their price points though. Porzingis is in, but if Porzingis is out, that does change some things. Then Tatum's a solid play. Jaylen Brown would be fine. I would think he'd be the one that's kind of the most appropriately priced, but I would like the guards quite a bit. I would like White. I would like Drew. I think both would be really good plays in the mid range. Then Al Horford, I would expect to start. He would also be a very solid play at 6.1K as well. So there would be a decent amount to like here if Porzingis is out. And then you're going to see more Sam Hauser. I think he's priced right. Same with Peyton Pritchard. Sorry, guys. I'm losing my breath here. I don't know what's going on. All right, Lakers. So they started LeBron at the point and Vanderbilt at the 5 again. If they do that again, I actually prefer LeBron James to Anthony Davis. Vanderbilt would be a fair value. Not going to be high usage when he's out there, but we don't have a ton of value here. So with like Vanderbilt, D'Lo would be unplayable. Reeves overpriced. Rui did play 30 minutes. I think he'd be an interesting tournament play just because he's a good point per minute off the bench. And then Reddish and Prince, they're just reasonable plays for me in the mid-range. All right, a lot of news to keep an eye on with the Sixers. Joel Embiid, he missed practice. Melton went to practice. Batum also missed practice. I don't think he plays. Pat Bev practice, so I think he plays. So if everyone's in, I mean, Joel Embiid has just been phenomenal. He's always going to be one of the best bumps on the slate, no matter what matchup. So really like Embiid if he plays. Tyrese Maxey, always interested in tournaments. Tobias would be priced right. I think Melton's just too cheap at 5.3. So I'd like Melton quite a bit if he plays. And then assuming Batum's out, you're going to get more run for like Marcus Morris. I think he'd be a decent value. And then Rocco would be interesting off of the bench. And then if we get a situation where, everyone's out, that's when we're loading up. Like Maxey would look amazing. Tobias Harris would look amazing. We'd really like Kelly Oubre. We'll see what they do with the starting lineup. They were starting Marcus Morris at the 5 at times, but Marcus Morris would look good. Rocco would look good. Paul Reed would look good. There would just be a ton to like here if these guys are out. So keep an eye on that news. All right, Jimmy Butler is questionable. So keep an eye on that. We'll see if he plays. If he's in, there's not much here. Bam Harrell would be priced right. Jimmy Butler would be priced right. Everyone else would just be priced right or overpriced. But if he's out, then yeah, we can start looking to like Bam, Tyler Harrow. They'd be solid plays. Jack is very safe, playing huge minutes. Guy that can stuff the stat sheet. I think he's solid. I don't think I'm going to mess with anyone else, though. I will say Josh Richardson's minutes have ticked up of late, and they've been ticking down on Kyle Lowry. I think he's a fine tournament play. I think he'll get a decent amount of ownership tomorrow. I don't think I'll be going to anyone else, though. All right, last game of the night. So I'm expecting all these guys to sit tomorrow, that being Kyrie, Lively, and Josh Green. So assuming that is the case, Luka, my favorite spend up on the slate, he's just doing everything for the team right now. He's also playing pretty much 40 minutes a game in competitive games. I absolutely love Luka Doncic tomorrow. Tim Hardaway Jr., I think is fair. I do like Dante Exum at 5.8. They definitely eased up on the pricing for this slate. Now, I will say he did crush in the blowout here, but he would be their number 2. Good point per minute, so Dante Exum would be a good play. And then I believe they started Grant Williams at the 5 last game. I mean, if they go with that same lineup, sure. DJJ, Grant Williams would look like okay, 2 solid values. If they start like a Dwight Powell, you can go there. Just keep an eye on the starting lineup. Keep an eye on if these guys are in or out. But there definitely is a decent amount to like here on Dallas. All right, moving on to Phoenix. So we have, what is it? Eric Gordon's probable. He started last game. You have a Koji probable. Doesn't really change much. So look, I want to see what the Suns minutes ended with last game. They went with Eric Gordon in the starting lineup, I want to say. Yeah, they did. And they started Drew Eubanks, obviously, for Nurkic. Udoka Azubuike played a ton. Jordan Goodwin's minutes ticked down. Okay. So, they're going up against a team that likes to go small here. So, I kind of want to see what they want to do with the starting lineup. I do think there's a good chance they could start like a Metu. But Booker, Kevin Durant, I think are interesting spend-ups going up against Dallas. I think there are better spend-ups on the slate, but I think both look good. Assuming they start Eric Gordon again, I do like him at 4.8K. And then Grayson Allen, I think, is very, very safe. Drew Eubanks, if he starts, you can always go there. My worry here is that they go small, but Dallas, like, if Metu starts, I think there's a decent chance Metu does start here. I think either way, he's probably my favorite of the bigs, just because I think there's a good chance Phoenix does go small as well. Drew Eubanks, if he starts, like I said, solid. Azubuike got the backup 5 here. I think he's intriguing, but like I said, I think there's a decent amount of risk here with the Phoenix bigs. So just be a little bit careful there and monitor the starting lineup. So apologies for losing my breath. I don't know what's going on. I hope you guys had a good night, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas tomorrow, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.